Hey, everybody. It's the
Hi,
Golden
y'all.
Girls. Here we are with hardly anybody in the chat section, which we're not surprised, but we're really glad that Kristen showed up. Thank you.
Yes,
Um,
you.
there's just, it's the debate night, and if a lot of people don't show up, that would not be a surprise. So
Yes.
we would just be discussing
Okay,
what
well, there's
the
Biden walking on the stage. He looks sharp and in command.
Yeah,
I got it on.
Hello, Peace Mama.
I got it on Don Lemon, who has it on CNN. So
Okay. All right. And we're just
CNN
waiting for
thought they
Val
got
to
rid of
get
Don
back
Lemon.
in.
Don Lemon just started his own damn network now on YouTube. He
Oh,
does his own
lovely.
thing every day. So he
Nice.
could do and say what
Okay.
he wants.
So, hi, Peace Mama. Hi, Blue Diamond. Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
y'all.
Hello.
See, now we're getting some people
Sandy
in here.
Johnson, Gwen Wagner, Foxy Roxy. Hey,
Yeah.
they're all showing up. I'm so glad you guys came because we didn't
Yeah.
know if anybody was going to show up today.
Yeah. And yeah, Foxy Roxy says, I'm here. Didn't want to actually watch the debate. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm torn. I'm really torn. I want to be here and I also wanted to watch it. But you know what? One of the things that we can do is all of us
Make
can
fun.
just continue to send positive energy to Joe Biden. Have him,
Perfect.
yeah,
Yes.
protect him, give him give him the words that he needs to say, let him be clear and cognizant and all the other wonderful good things. And if Trump should happen to stumble and fall, who am I to argue?
Well, every review, I guess you'd call it, that I've seen on here is saying that Biden will win this debate, that Biden has come prepared, that Trump
Yeah.
is not prepared, and
No.
he'll probably go off into weird things. Um, and it was actually a group of psychologists that said since since Trump does just oh brother, Biden does well in the daytime, but as the evening approaches, he doesn't do well, which makes them think that he has dementia
Oh,
or the beginning of dementia. So we'll just hope that it's the evening time and that he goes off his rocker and really becomes very entertaining. But
Trump is busy doing this to the camera.
in the
yeah.
meantime, you've got this other
He's
group.
giving him this
Yeah.
vicious
Is that what he's
face,
doing
you
right now?
know.
Yeah.
Just a bad look.
Yeah, they're side by side on the stage. Biden's talking. I don't know. I don't have it up loud enough to hear what he's saying. But Trump's
Yeah.
been sitting there like this. Now he's talking.
Yeah.
So he's making that smart ass smirky face.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
hi, Tyler.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler.
Yes, absolutely. Double check you guys because I don't know what YouTube does, but every once in a while, it's all of a sudden like, you lose subscribers and you're trying to figure out why, what's going on. And then people will
You
come
know
into
what
a
I
room and
heard
say, Did you?
another content creator say, and it's in a completely different genre. He's not doing this stuff. He's in the entertainment genre, but he was talking about if you know how you can click on stuff to be notified and a little pop-up will come up like 30 minutes before, 15 minutes before, whatever you set it for. He said that he was told that if you don't click the pop-up, like if you just ignore it, after so many times, it will automatically unsubscribe you from that channel.
Oh,
So if you click for notifications, even if you don't have time to watch it right then,
Yeah.
if you just wanted to be notified so you can make sure you save it, go ahead and click the notification, save it, and then go back out. And at least that way it registers that you responded to the pop-up. Why
Okay.
they do that, I don't know. But that's what he was told by a computer guy who was friends with an IT guy at YouTube. That was part of the
Alrighty.
algorithm.
Well,
So
thanks for the heads up on that, Sherry, because yeah, we've all wondered where did the subscribers go. But as far
right.
as the debate today, everybody's saying that well, they're threatening now that Trump's going to win, and if he doesn't win, it's because Biden's on drugs,
Ah,
or the moderators have decided to side with Biden and not with Trump. And
yeah.
everything they can come up with to try to say that there's an excuse of why
Yeah.
Trump might lose.
All the things that a loser would say. Okay.
Yeah, every time I look over, he's
just
not talking, he's got
Yeah.
that I'm gonna have a temper tantrum face.
yeah. I
I'm
just
sorry,
got I just got an email from Val saying she has no internet. She's going to keep trying to see if she can't get in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Val's not on here right this minute. She was here earlier and
Yes,
apparently
she was.
got technical difficulties with her internet connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Hello,
was having it
Bennett,
earlier
Rose
here,
Blue.
so
Okay, Rose Blue, keep us informed. You said you just heard Biden's first response. How did he sound? And Tyler, even though you've clicked on the notifications and it's still happening to you, I hope you heard what Sherry said. It could be that. It could be that you got nothing to lose by trying.
I mean, I don't know. That's just what I heard another content creator talking about, because people were complaining to him that they either weren't getting notified or they would go in to find out why they weren't getting notified to discover they were no longer subscribed. I'm a member of Marina's channel. I pay every month to be a member of her channel.
And
I
she's
was
a moderator.
on a live stream with her one night, moderating the chat because I wasn't on air. I was just in chat moderating. And we were talking about this subject, and I happened to look over and saw that I was unsubscribed. I'm like, how the hell do they unsubscribe a paying member?
Yes.
From a channel? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, so yeah, there's something screwy with the algorithms. I don't know what it is, but
no.
Okay,
there
so
you go.
Anybody does.
As far as the debate goes, has anybody got any insights onto what they think is going to happen tonight?
I still have a feeling that Trump is going to walk out. He knows that he's not prepared for this. He knows that Biden can talk circles around him when it comes to the things that he has done versus the things that Trump has done. The only thing that Trump can do is revert back to the old playbook. 2020 was stolen from me. The January 6th, no, they were patriots. It wasn't a riot. I had it was Obama's fault that we had the thing that happened. Right? It's their DOJ is coming after me because they don't want. They know that I'm going to
beat accordion.
Yeah. Yes.
You know he's lying. He's playing his accordion.
Yes. Yeah. So, I think that if they start asking, him tough questions, and one of them I think would be, you said on such and such a show this day, you said that Roe v. Wade, you did that. You did that. Now you're trying to walk that back by saying you're not sure. So, what's your stance on abortion?
Well, the stance is the same as with all Republicans. They wanted that, and Trump picked certain people for the Supreme Court. So that
because he knew they would give it to him.
And what they have done is they've made the Supreme Court look like a kangaroo court, and made them look like they're just not even they're not even credible.
No.
So there's going to be such a mess with the Supreme Court stuff. But you know, as we'll see how today's debate goes, but I got a feeling Trump's going to run into some big problems with his Republican supporters, because now they're looking around like we don't know if we've got a winning candidate.
Yes.
And there's no way that this debate is going to change that. We all know that Trump's bound to do something goofy. I'm sure he'll be talking over, even though his mic won't be on, you'll hear him in the background just kind of.
Okay, well, I just drew cards for what the voters
Okay.
are going to have to do. Right now, they're looking at the Two of Cups. They've got a choice to make between two people. They've got a choice between a natural leader who knows what he's doing and is very good at it. And they've got a choice against a leader who just runs pell-mell into the wind and just, whatever flips into his brain, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I just drew, I haven't even really shuffled. I just kind of shuffled a little bit earlier, and I was drawing off the top of the deck. Oh, let's see what's going to come up.
Yeah. And yes, Peace Mama, Orange is definitely going after Social Security and Medicare.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's a given.
That's on the chopping block.
They want to take the Republicans want to take $1.5 trillion out of Social Security. And they want
put it
to
in their pocket.
Reduce your monthly benefits. And on Medicare, they want to make it so that you pay a higher premium on everything. And
They
I'm
want
sure
to take away.
I don't
all
think
that.
they're doing anything with prescription drugs as far as trying to bring the price down or making insulin cheaper or anything. And they're not going to focus on that. That's what Biden's doing.
Yes.
But yes, no, keep in mind that is exactly what that goes into that. What's it? Project 2025.
Yes.
And they have written it right out. You can see it in black and white if you read that document, or at least part of it. And they want to. That's what they want to do is reduce. Here's what they're doing. They want to take the tax structure, make it so that the rich don't pay so much, and the way they're making
anything
shortfall is by taking it away from Social Security and using that money to balance things out. This is such a BS kind of a plan. This doesn't benefit anybody.
No,
absolutely.
Their end goal is to make only rich white men have the power and authority to vote, to own property, to get whatever perks that they decide that they need to get. And everybody else is just crap out of luck,
Well, they
pull
want
yourself
to
up by your bootstraps if you can. They want to take away Social Security and Medicare because those people who claim that are leechers and lazy folks, despite the fact that 98% of the people that get Social Security and Medicare have paid into it their entire working lives. So that's our money that we put in an insurance program for our retirement is what it is. It's exactly what it is.
But you can bank on Biden. He's not going to do any of that.
No.
As a matter of fact, he's going to increase Social Security and try to make Medicare even more affordable. But also, what the Republicans want to do right now is they want to destroy democracy. So when you hear people saying what we're voting for is democracy, that's exactly the truth. And the Republicans want an authoritarian rule over the country. It is just bizarre. It is just so out of this world how anybody can even comprehend that this could happen. But everything you hear that the Republicans want to do, Biden wants to do exactly the opposite. And I mean, really, the main
Yes.
reason Biden is running is because this is so dangerous. I mean, everybody, you know, I've seen more and more people that are just,
Yeah.
they're upset because they don't want Biden and they don't want Trump for two different reasons. You know, Biden's too old and Trump's a crook and a felon and a, and a rapist. All of those valid reasons that they don't want Trump. So
For entertainment purposes only, YouTube, we're just giving our opinions.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. Well,
And it's like I said to you before we started, I'd rather have someone old than someone stupid.
I'd rather have someone old than someone dishonest.
Yeah, that too.
Or someone that
the other
has
thing,
sold state secrets to enemies and
Yeah.
has caused our people across the world who were in undercover situations to be routed out and killed.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's how they knew that Trump was selling out, was when they started getting our spies started getting killed.
yes, an
And they
artist
were like,
just mentioned a traitor. I did leave that out. Thank
Yes.
you. Yes, Trump is also a traitor. So, and we know
Absolutely.
that from the 2016 election when he had Russia and who knows who else supporting him. Just watch out for all the weirdness that comes out, because now those foreign countries that want Trump to be in there are but just sending in just amazingly weird things about Biden, basically, because they want you
oh,
to.
it's all made up crap. I mean, their end goal is that all women will become property again with no rights, no voice, no say so. We won't be able to own property. We won't be able to have our own bank account. We won't be able to go out and get a job and make our own money unless we have permission from the men in our lives and or the government.
Yep.
Just
You
like
know,
what happened to Iran in the 60s, excuse me, in the 70s. Iran used to be a very modern state over there. Their women were teachers and professors and doctors and lawyers. They walked around in mini skirts and, you know, and whatnot. They were very free spirited. They had full rights just as any other citizen over there. And then they let the Khomeini come in.
Yeah.
And what did they do? The first thing they did is they took away education.
Yeah.
Because you can't control the people
Especially
who
for
can think
women.
for themselves. The
Yeah.
first thing you do is you take away education. And then you convince the illiterate people that those people over there, they're the ones that are really doing you harm, not us over here that are beating you, killing you, starving you. No. It's those other people over there.
Yeah.
The United States does it too. They've been doing it to poor white people since the beginning of this country, while pointing
What?
to Black people or Native American people or Asian people and saying, oh, you may be poor, but at least you're not them, because they're worse, you know?
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean,
Michelle of Astrological Tarot just posted, oh God, now 45 is talking about how doctors are ripping full-grown babies out of women.
Well, fortunately, the
And
United States is much smarter than that. The people are in our country, the voters are listening to this and going,
you would be amazed at how many people believe that nonsense.
well, they do. Yeah, there's people that are under the influence of the Trumpsters, but a normal, everyday, average person knows that nobody ever
That's
got an abortion at 9 months and ripped out of a
no. And even when
well, what
one
Trump
of their
says
folks
is they
said that
wait
it was
until the
something,
baby's delivered and then they kill it.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
It's like,
even when the
excuse
baby,
me.
yeah, the baby is born and it's 3 days old and they can still do an abortion on. It's, you know what?
Crazy. It's you know,
Crazy.
it's such a lie, and everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But by taking away the abortion, they have established, now we can start taking away everybody's rights. We can
Yes.
gay rights and marriages and
Oh, that's next on the chopping block.
yeah, that is the next on the chopping block, and it's just so ridiculous. Just remember that
It's not
Biden,
just women's rights. It's
Biden wants
LGBTQ
exactly
rights.
the opposite of
It's
that.
minority
He wants
rights.
to
It's
reenact the Roe versus Wade. He wants to, what's it called, codify it or something.
Codify it. Yes, make it
Yep.
law so that
Yeah.
you can't touch it. And I would also like to see those 3 judges who stood or who were whatever in front of Congress or the Senate or wherever they go.
they
And
need
when
to
they
be
were
impeached
asked
for
about Roe
lying.
v. Wade, and they said, no, that's settled law. You lied. You went against that. That means that I can't trust you. You swore to tell the truth in this quote
It's
unquote job
impeachable
application
offenses.
thing. So yeah,
They
they're
lied in
gone.
their Senate hearings for their job.
Yes.
That would
Yeah.
be like you or me or Cleo going to a job, lying to the interviewer about our
Mhm.
intentions and experience, and then turning around and saying, "Oh, well, no, we changed our mind."
Yeah.
And expect to keep our job.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And yes, Roxy, there are. Oh, Joe is stuttering like mad. Not good. Oh, God. Okay, you guys, everybody take
stop
a
right
deep breath.
now.
Take a deep breath and just, oh, send Joe Biden lots of confidence. Let him find the right words that he needs to explain to the country why he is a better choice. Give him strength. Give him whatever he needs to get this job done. Hold him in a bubble of white and gold light. And let's all just send him every positive bit of energy right now that we can so that we can get him past that hurdle. Yeah, absolutely.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Well,
We're going to pull in everything.
Joe stuttering doesn't change what he has done for the
Yes.
country. So if we can just get past that, and maybe
Jonathan.
Joe will kind of calm down here in a minute. But
Hi,
you know, he
Dr.
does
Ann.
that because he's had that affliction his entire life. So
Yes.
you know, and there's so much pressure on actually on both of them today.
Yeah.
So much pressure. But no matter how much he stutters and no matter how old he is doing the right thing for the United States and for all of us.
He's not a convicted felon.
Yeah, he's not a convicted felon, a rapist, a traitor,
Yeah.
all those things that he is, that Trump is.
Yeah.
I mean. So,
exactly.
you know,
And,
he might have a couple of hiccups. That's okay. You know, we still need to support him no matter what, because he's the best thing going. By the way, I will tell you that when when Biden gets in there and Biden is reelected, in the end, you know, is before that 4 years is up, I've got a feeling that you're going to see Kamala Harris be the next president of the United States. Not that Joe might die. I don't know that could happen, but he might get sick.
yes.
A lot of things could happen. And I have heard from my guides several times over the last 6 months or so that Kamala Harris is going to make a very, very good president. So even though Joe might be stuttering right now and getting, you know, maybe not looking great right this minute, this debate doesn't make or break him, which is kind of different for Trump. It might make or break.
Yeah. Biden has an awful lot on his plate right now with different things that are happening around the world, with having to debate someone who, you know, has to reach up to touch the bottom. I would find that personally, I would find that very frustrating, because it's not a debate. It's a shouting match. It's, you know, I have to go out there and tell the people all the good that I've done while you're standing there lying about every single thing that I've done and propping yourself up. that gets to be frustrating after a while. So he stutters. Big deal. He stutters. Lots of people stutter. There's a good number of people who are left-handed. It happens.
Or
It has
wear
nothing to do with
glasses,
intellect. Yeah, wear
or have
glasses.
dentures, or need a hearing aid, or
Yes. Yeah. So
use a cane like me because I can't walk across the freaking room on my own anymore. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I suppose during the debate when he's stuttering, it doesn't look good. What I'm saying is we all know that he's never denied that he has that problem. As a matter of fact, he reaches
No.
out to groups of people that have a stuttering problem, and
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't mean that much to me. I suppose they will make a big deal out of it in the end, like, oh my God, he couldn't get his words straight or something. But in the end, it's what has he done for us, and what does he want to do in the future, and what has Trump done for us, and what does he want to do for us in the future?
Yes.
I challenge everybody right now, memorize 5 things that Biden has done since he took office. Just 5. 5 major things that he has accomplished and done that he didn't go out tooting the horn about. Just 5. And then anytime you hear anybody anywhere say, well, he hadn't done anything for me, take them off your fingers. Well, you didn't want new roads and bridges. You didn't want the schools fixed. You didn't want prices to come down. You didn't want your prescriptions to go down. I mean, it just
Yeah.
like I said,
Insulin,
memorize just 5
$35.
things.
Yeah.
Just 5 things. And if
Rose
enough
Bloom
people
just
come
said,
around you and
thank you, Cleo. Yeah.
oh, Rose, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Rose. I love seeing stuff
Beautiful.
like that.
Yes, beautiful. Let's point out that all the things that, I mean, yeah, how many people had to serve instead of Trump who had bone spurs? That, yeah.
Yes.
And which foot was it on? Oh, yeah, it's not important. The same guy who, when asked what his favorite Bible passage was, said, "Oh, that's a personal thing." But does he understand what a Bible passage is? I don't think so. But yeah.
No, the only time he's ever picked up a Bible, he held it upside down.
He did. What an idiot.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He held it upside down after having an entire group of people shot at so he could walk over there without anybody shouting at him.
Yeah.
Because his ego couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
He's a bully.
Thanks.
And bullies are cowards. And that's something we all learn when we're in 2nd grade, that bullies are cowards. And if you stand up to them, they tend to tuck tail and run home.
Yes. Yeah. No, he.
And look at Louisiana and the outcome we had here when people don't show up to vote.
Yes.
And take that to heart and realize you have got to go vote. You have got to get everybody you know to go vote. Offer to run a damn taxi service on election day. And take the people in your neighborhood, take your friends, take your family, whatever. But vote. I don't care if you have to take the day off from work. Whatever you have to do, go and vote.
Yes.
I am now in a state where we have a MAGA governor, a MAGA state house, and a MAGA state senate. Because nobody showed up to frickin' vote at the last election. And so they got all the MAGA people in. And now
because those morons will vote.
To see how damn fast they can take everything away from people. Yeah. The first thing they did was they killed a federal program where the federal government paid 100% for to feed our kids K through 12. One hot meal a day. Oh no, that was a bridge too far. We can't have that. So no, they they killed that program. Didn't cost us any damn thing. But they killed it. Why?
Okay, so
Because
Joe
it
said
was a
I've never
Democratic
heard
president.
malarkey. Yeah, you got to
I'm
vote.
sorry, I'm going to get all head up now.
You got to vote, folks. You got to vote. And
You have to vote. You have
Yeah.
to vote.
yeah, and
I
blue
cannot
up
express
and
how
down the
important that is.
ticket, even if there's some blue on the ticket that you're kind of, I don't know, plug your
Vote for the
nose
blue.
and go for the blue. And those people, you can always deal with
And if
them
there
later.
are certain columns on your ballot where there are no blue, vote for the independent or skip it and don't vote for either.
Yeah.
I've done that before. When I didn't have a choice, when it was only Republicans running, I just left that one blank.
Yeah. Or fill in your own name. I
Yeah.
vote for Mickey Mouse. Yeah. And
Thank you, Tris. That's wonderful. That's what we need.
yes. And apparently
$5, $10, $20, whatever you can give to the campaign.
Biden raised
Because that just
the
doesn't help
most
him. It
amount of
helps all
money
the
that he
down
has ever
ballot.
raised. Yeah, between 5 and 6 p.m. This evening, Biden raised more money than he has ever raised in anticipation of the debate from the Democratic supporters. So, yes, absolutely. The more that you give him to work with, the more that he can work with. Yeah. Oh,
Well,
and I just said I vote
he
for
makes
John
a
Wick.
point.
Yes.
He makes a point of making sure that all the money that comes in also goes to down ballot candidates.
Yes.
Whereas Trump is just sucking them dry and all the money's going to him. And what doesn't pay off his lawyers and legal fees, he's using for his campaign. What Biden has been getting, he's been far out raising Trump as far as money goes. And most of it is everyday people giving $5, $10, $20, $50, whatever they can afford.
Yeah.
If all you got's $5 a month, then give $5 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, but give something, do something. If you don't have money to give, go down to your local Democratic convention office, your DNC office, and volunteer. Offer to make phone calls. Offer to do postcards. They need people that'll fill out postcards and take them to the post office and pay the postage and mail them out to your neighbors. Nobody knows it's coming from you. You're not signing your name on it. You're just putting down some whatever information they give you to put down on the postcard. I've done that lots of times, Get in an email campaign where you email people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of us that may not have extra cash laying around that we can donate, but we can certainly speak up. We can certainly offer our services. We can save up and buy a sign and stick it in our front yard.
Exactly.
I mean,
And yes, Artist Liz, 1 million people send $1. That's $1 million.
that's right.
That's a lot. And you know what? I think most people can afford $1. Most people these days, I think, can afford $5 because really, when you think about it, that's about the cost of a small specialty coffee. And can you give up your small specialty coffee, once a week?
I was going to say, that's a Starbucks trip.
Exactly.
Or a Coca-Cola and a bag of chips.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, what was I going to say? I think we've sent out the good energy to Biden. I think he's going to do okay. I think, yes, Bo is going to certainly help him with this, and be right there with his dad. People are going to be able to see the difference between someone who can talk about what they've done versus someone who just wants to hear himself talk, just wants
I
to hear
love the look of horror on Biden's face when Trump starts talking. Like he can't quite believe what's coming out of his mouth. Like,
I know.
my God, are you really saying that?
Yes. A president who
Oh,
cares about issues. Yes. Yeah. And that I and that this isn't just for the US. I think
no, this
for
is worldwide.
any country that wants that calls on its citizens to go serve in the military. Once they have done their service, there is nothing that they should want for. If they need medical treatment, absolutely full medical treatment. You need whatever, you've come back, you don't have a house, here you go. This is it. It may not be Taj Mahal, but we
It's a roof
need
over your
to
head.
honor, yeah, we need to honor the service that veterans
Yes.
give. They put their life on the line so that people like Trump with bone spurs can sit back and go, oh no, I can't go. Look,
No, his Vietnam was
really
not to get syphilis.
yes. Yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah,
He was quoted several times in several
exactly.
magazines and newspapers. His
Yeah.
Vietnam was to not get syphilis.
Yeah.
It's like, really,
That
dude? That's what you were concerned about?
19, Trump said 19 people said what he said about suckers and losers about the military. Imagine 19 people. Wow. So generals lied, right? Yeah.
I take offense to that. My brother served. My husband served. My son served. Most of my uncles, most of my cousins, my nephew, well, not my nephew, but my cousins,
Yes.
they all served in some branch or another. And I think we've had family in every branch of military that this country has. Somebody down the line somewhere served.
Yes.
And it's not just the person that's wearing the uniform that serves. It's the family that goes with them. They're serving too, because they're the ones that don't have their spouse or their father or their mother or their sister or their brother with them, or their child.
Yeah.
The greatest fear I had when my son served for 5 years, the nightmare that I lived, was getting that knock on the door.
Yeah.
And being handed a flag.
Yes.
And every parent goes through that, especially when he was on deployment.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to describe that fear that you feel. And it's not like horror stories, the monsters chasing you. It's just like a deep kernel of fear.
Yeah.
That just kind of sits. And it's not until he was back at base, back home, doing okay, that you can breathe again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, yeah, I spent a good deal of time married to a member of the Canadian Armed Forces, and lived on several bases and so on. And yes, anytime that he was deployed, while I was left behind to look after everything, I served every day that he served. I served with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there is always that you hear something going wrong, and you kind of react in a certain way. But yeah, I cannot think of anything that is more valuable than someone who is willing to put their life on the line to allow me the opportunity to get on here and say what I want to say without
Yeah.
actually having to watch the words that I am using. It's a freedom. It's
Yeah.
that self-expression is a gift. And it wasn't given to me freely. It was given at a cost. And the cost is all the members who died in service fighting for
Yeah.
my ability, my right to say what
Artist
I
Liz, when my husband died, now granted it was decades after he had served.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was given that flag too.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful gift, but it's a difficult gift to take.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, he'd be asked addicted questions. He's babbling off crazy lies. Of course. Of course.
Well, and it doesn't help that
Lies!
CNN is not calling out any of the lies. They're not providing feedback of, well, actually that's not accurate. You know, that's supposed to be part of the job of a moderator,
Yes,
is to call out the lies, you know, and say,
exactly.
well, no, that's actually inaccurate information.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, media is too worried about getting clicks and making money to have the truth come out.
Yeah.
That's why they spend all their time running around behind Trump and his minions, because they provide clicks. You know,
Yeah.
they make them money. That's
Yeah.
why 4 years ago in the first in the last election when Biden won, that's why they would run around and keep a camera live on air on an empty podium, because Trump could walk in any minute. Meanwhile, there was 5 other candidates that were out giving speeches, but they didn't cover any of them.
No.
You know, that's what was so frustrating.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep, absolutely. And it's going to be, I think, to all the talking heads and the pundits after this to say, well, you know, how did the debate go? Well, these are the questions they should have asked, but they didn't ask. Well, why didn't they ask them? Like, if he is spewing bullshit, why not call him on it?
Yeah.
So, here's yet another news source that we might have to reevaluate our support of. Right?
Oh, there is major changes that need to be made to the news organizations. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a reason why in the beginning stations, the what do you call them, like CBS and NBC and ABC and all of them, they had to take out of their budget X amount of money every year to pay for the news, because they couldn't earn money on the news. It was to be kept separate from that. This was their way to pay back to the community, was they provided the news and news people to come on the air. And when they went to the 24/7 news cycle where they could charge anything, that's when you started seeing people getting bought off.
Yeah.
From owners to journalists, you know.
Thank you, Cleo, for putting those up.
I'm
Yeah.
really
You know what?
not participating much with you guys, but I'm just
I'm sorry.
what all these people are saying, and what, first of all, I'm so happy that so many people showed up, because I didn't think there would be that many people, because the debate was
How
on.
many we got in the room?
And I love that you guys have
Cleo, look up in the corner. How many we got in the room?
I don't see 64.
64.
There you
Okay.
go. That's a lot more than I thought we'd get tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's a lot of big there's a lot of big people in our community and elsewhere that are doing this live while they're doing, they're showing the debate while discussing it live. And for y'all to show up here, that says a lot,
Absolutely. Yeah. Just,
so I'll try to calm down.
yeah. Lots and lots of good things being sent out to Biden. He's going to survive this. He's going to make it through. This is what's happening isn't anything unusual. It's not that this is a meeting of the minds, or I mean, their IQs are so far apart that, yeah, Biden is playing 3D chess and Trump is playing checkers. So yeah.
Trump can't even play checkers. What are you talking about? He's not smart enough.
Yeah.
But you know what Mary Trump is selling on her website is a wooden spoon that says potatoes hate traitors. Because when Trump was a kid, the potato story was from a big wooden spoon that he got the potatoes thrown at him by his mother, I think it was, or
somebody. Yeah. Clearly, they didn't put enough spin on it. Yeah. And yeah, absolutely. Just a second here. You have the morals of an alley cat, Joe to Trump. Yes. Apologies to all the alley cats.
I was going to say alley cats, we don't mean any offense.
Yeah.
They have more morals.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I may be an alley cat, but I'm particular. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, let's.
Oh, brother, what in the world? This threatened Biden would be a convicted felon after. I knew this was coming. I knew this kind of crap was coming out of Trump.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it took this long.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to point the finger at somebody else going, "You're the felon, not me. You're the felon."
Exactly.
And what you did was illegal, and everybody went out of their way to convict him. And I mean, please.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Just
Peace
like
Mama
Hunter
says,
Biden is such a big felon and whatnot,
right.
that they have to run him in and put him in jail. Yet the three oldest Trump kids are making deals with foreign nationals for billions of dollars, and nobody's called them out on it.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me, when is it okay for somebody's son-in-law to go to another country to instigate more war on another country so that he can snatch up the land and build condos?
Yes.
And why the hell isn't that being dealt with? Sorry, y'all almost said something else.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. We don't have to worry about President Biden.
Good thing I took tomorrow off because my blood pressure through the roof tonight.
He's going to be, Biden is going to be reelected. And if it takes him 4 years to leave after that, he's going to be a convicted felon. Ain't nobody going to care. He'll be an old man. He's never been in trouble with the law. He doesn't owe women all kinds of money because they sued him. So you want to say he's going to be convicted after? No problem. No problem. Let's talk about your conviction though, right now, because that just happened. So, but if Biden is convicted after he leaves office, oh, good. Then we shouldn't let him run again, right? Right? So we don't need a convicted felon in the White House. Can we agree on that? Yeah. Yeah.
And and the thing of it is with the bias of the media and everything, it doesn't matter what President Biden says or how he performs. They are going to paint it to give the win to Trump.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make them more money, and that's all they care about.
45 just said Biden has the worst presidency ever. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That's the
Charleston didn't
Republican
happen.
And saying Charleston didn't happen.
Alrighty then. Yes.
I have a meme that I have posted in the past, and I usually post it around the Remembrance Day for the Holocaust. And in it shows like a room full of like prisoners in Auschwitz or something. And it just very simply says under the picture, it didn't start with death camps and gas chambers.
Yes.
It started with, let's get rid of the retarded people. Let's get rid of it. Forgive me for saying retarded people, but that's what they called them back then.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of the gay people. Well, let's get rid of these immoral people who've been divorced and this, that, and the other. Well, all of our troubles are because of the Jewish people over there. They're other, they're vermin, they're less than.
Yep.
And because of that, you had an entire country that bought into the lies.
Yeah.
And exterminated 6 million plus people of a particular faith because they were convinced that they were other, that they weren't human. And it's horrific when you think about it. And if y'all don't think it can't happen again, you better take a cold shower and wake up.
Yeah.
We are on the very tipping edge of that right now.
Exactly.
And the right little push will send us toppling over the edge.
Yeah. See, well, some of you are saying, yeah, you stopped watching the debate already. You couldn't handle it. There's, you know what? I think that there's a lot of people that are going to do the same thing. I think that, well, I think a lot of things, but just keep positive. Keep positive energy around you. Keep thinking positive. That Biden is going to win again. Trump probably may not even make it to November. So,
well, if we go by what Arthur has been saying for the past year, you have to be breathing to be president.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So, well, yeah, still a state secret. Oh, yeah. Yes.
He's already spilled a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
and
Denise,
of course, his sycophants was in the process of putting out there that even though he had those files, they were in a safe and secure area. So the DOJ released some of the pictures of the condition when they went and got those files of busted open cardboard boxes with stuff scattered all over the floor. Yeah, it was real
safe,
protected. Yeah,
real safe. Oh my gosh. Okay, ladies, let me just take over because Trump just announced that he's raised hundreds of thousands after the trial. His campaign matter. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And whatever money that people send to Trump, that's going in his pocket. It's going to pay his lawyer and it goes in his pocket. If there's anything left over for those guys, further down,
I like Spiritual Seeker's question that she just asked.
Yeah. Why has
And
our
I don't
government
have an
not
answer
let
to that.
President Biden debate a convicted felon? Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
656, Cleo, for Spiritual Seeker 583. She starts out with, may I ask a question?
What's the timing on that?
Should be 656 for you.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. God, there's so many comments. Thank you, you guys. I just love this.
Absolutely.
I've never done
Yes.
this before. I'm just clicking on all your comments. It's really
Perfect. Yeah.
enlightening. 656.
Yeah, she's at 656, Spiritual Seeker 583.
Well, I'm missing all these good questions and responses, but let me go to 656, 54, 55.
Yeah.
And she simply says,
here, okay.
Oh,
And which person is talking, Sherry?
Spiritual Seeker 583.
There we go. Okay. This one?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know why.
No.
Why is the press allowing them to do it?
Yeah.
Well, mainly because everybody has just ignored, at least on the Republican side of things, they've just ignored this thing about the felony convictions, and that Trump is going to be the Republican nominee for president. So they're going ahead and doing this. I think all in all, there's going to be some very crazy, weird stuff happening between after the debate. Then we've got the sentencings in July, and we've also got the GOP convention a few days after that. And I think you're going to see some very crazy, weird stuff happening then. But it makes total sense. Why would we've become so numb to the whole thing after hearing from Trump for like 8 years now of just spewing lies and misinformation that, to have this kind of thing happening on a debate. It's just kind of like, just another thing that we never thought we'd see, let alone having a president that is a convicted felon. I mean, it's
34 times.
It's
Dr.
crazy.
Ann asked a really good question too. Why are they allowing a debate when the candidacy from both parties hasn't been formalized? The conventions haven't even been held yet.
Yeah.
Because it's assumed. It's just assumed. I did look into this earlier today because I thought, what would happen if can the Republicans decide not to have Trump and go for somebody else? And actually, I think they can. And I'm wondering, how that would work. But then again,
I'm wondering, there's a good like 10 or 15 states in our country that's in their state constitution. If you're a convicted felon, you cannot run for public office, no matter what the office is. They can't even put them on the ballot.
Right.
It's against their laws. It's against their state constitutions.
Yeah.
And it's like, what kind of calisthenics are they going to pull to twist themselves around to allow him to be on the ballot?
Well, this is what the Republicans are concerned about. That there's the people the Republicans that you don't hear of, and then the ones that you do that are backing them up, that are wearing the little blue suits and the red ties and stuff, and lying.
I got a state full of them.
But there is a bunch of other Republican politicians that are very, very concerned about what's going on, because no matter how the debate turns out or anything else, they know that the general public is not going to vote for a felon. So, all the Republican wants to do is win, and they're not winning. And they're concerned about losing the House, and they're concerned about losing the Senate. I am just hoping and praying for divine intervention that absolutely does happen, that it is also democratic all the way, because that is the only way to get the country back on track to where we're supposed to be. We have been so off track for ever since Trump came into the picture, and Trump is saying that Biden is the worst president, and that he's made all these mistakes. Every single thing he said is incorrect, and everything he said applies to him and not to Biden. So, and I know there's a lot of people that don't bother to think all these things through. They're not so ingrained on the politics like we've been for the last couple of years or more on YouTube. But every single psychic on here sees Biden winning no matter what. They also see Trump going through some kind of crazy kind of things, and I'm just so curious to see what happens at the convention, because they have to support him, but they don't have to support him. But it's really too late to bring in anybody else. And when Nikki Haley was actively campaigning for president, I saw her being the nominee. But I don't think that's going to happen now. And then, and she really disappointed me when she came back out and supported Trump after she's the only one that clearly said where Trump was at, that he was not qualified to be president, that he did lie, and those things that have been happening. That Nikki Haley, she just blew it when she just backtracked and decided to support Trump. I don't think she did decide it. I think that the people that gave her so much money and wanted her to do it, but then she had to drop out, I think they said, you now have to support him because we have to get him in the White House. But if that should happen, that will be the biggest disaster in political history. If that should happen.
Well, it's going to affect the entire world. The entire world has got their eyes on us right now, wondering what the hell is wrong with them.
Yep, absolutely.
Exactly. And like
I just asked the cards, I said, what are the American people as a whole going to come across after tonight? And the first thing I got was the Hanged Man. So they're all going to take a step back and seriously think about what the hell they just witnessed tonight, which could be good, could be bad, depending on how they're already leaning. But at least they're thinking about it. And then I pull the Hierophant. So they're looking at this thinking, okay, this is established ways of doing things. This is how we handle things. We have these debates, we do blah, 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 blah. But because they're thinking about it, they're seriously thinking about maybe we need to make some changes. And then the last thing I got was the Seven of Wands. So they're looking at this as a real challenge. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to feel very challenged to themselves about how do we get back on the right track? I think is what a lot of Americans are thinking right now. How did we get so far off track? And how do we get back on track?
Because we're just numb. We're numb to it. We've heard stuff that was just, just shocking.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. And it just keeps happening. So now you're just numb. And a lot of people have just given up. There's a lot of people that think Trump is going to get it. I don't see that happening, but they've just given up because they think not only does Trump seem to have so much control and, by using his lies, he is also, he's the first one to say that everything is rigged. He's even said this debate was going to be rigged. And
he's been saying that for a year.
Yeah, and that the election itself is going to be rigged and that the 2020 election was rigged. The whole thing that worries me about that is I really believe that Trump is in the process of rigging all those things that he claims somebody else is rigging.
They just arrested one of his
projection.
They just arrested one of his people in Arizona for stealing voting machines or stealing the keys
Yeah.
to get into voting machines.
Yeah.
And they've now had to go in, take every machine, they've had to rekey all the machines, and they've had to send them in to be redone, whatever it is they do to clear them out.
Recalibrated. Yeah.
It's going to cost them like almost $100,000 to do this.
Yeah.
And Michelle said, yeah, that apparent her message is, I have the biggest heart on this stage. Just came out of 45's mouth.
Oh God.
No.
Where
I do
is
that?
that? Where is that?
It
What
is at 7:05 your time. I think what he meant to say is, I have the biggest fart on this stage. Yes, that I would agree with. Heart, I don't think so.
And who is the person that wrote it?
Astrological tarot, Michelle.
Michelle. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Absolutely. We could see Trump's heart when, he was president, and all the babies and children who were ripped away from their mothers and put in cages. Hey, if that's not love, I don't know what is.
And then sold off to who knows where. There's still hundreds of kids missing that have never been returned, and nobody knows what's happened to them.
Yeah, absolutely. That, yeah.
And every time I think about that, it just rips my heart open.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, are we just about ready to shut her down?
Yeah,
We are.
I think so. I gotta go hop on the other and keep Helen from having a heart attack.
Yeah. You get a time bringing all these other people section in. You know what, you guys? Thank you so much for showing up and all your input.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sorry Val's internet went out.
Be here because she had some great stuff to talk about, and the bummer she couldn't have been here. But anyway, we'll be back in a couple weeks, and
absolutely. And who will be hosting in a couple of weeks? It will be Val.
On the 11th. We'll be back on the 11th.
Well, on the okay, we may not be back on the 11th, but I'll discuss it with the ladies. We have a little bit of a
changing dates
conflicting schedule.
Gotcha.
So on that day, but yeah, absolutely. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all the channels. Leave a comment.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, after the show, go to our channels, take a look at, go to our community tabs, find out what we're up to, what shows will be on, and classes and things that
Marina was talking about maybe popping up and doing a live afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go over to Helen, Irish Granny Tarot, who's doing her first live stream. So this will be fun.
Yeah.
But to be with her and Denise Siegel and Nate the Clairvoyant hopefully wakes up, because it's like 3 a.m. where he is right now. So because he's in Portugal.
All right. Well, thanks again,
post
you guys.
Debate stuff. So,
and we will see you soon. And hey, stiff upper lip. Things are going to get better. I know that you were concerned about how Biden handled things today. Don't worry about it. It's not going to change anything. It's still going to be Biden all the way.
Yeah, we're going to be good. We're going to be okay.
We'll see you guys.
You got to vote. No matter what we tell you.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.